ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SimAirport. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I am certainly excited to be back here at ConflictNerd International Airport. So, last time, oh boy, if you watched all the way to the end of the previous episode, you'll know what today is. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the final episode here at ConflictNerd International Airport for two reasons. Number one, we've pretty much done everything there is to do in SimAirport at the moment, and I don't want to run this series out any longer than it is. I want to give you everything that's on offer in the game at the moment. If you want more, I'll link a couple of people in the comments that are currently playing this game on their channels. I know a couple of people that are playing this, so go check those guys out. But this is going to be my final episode for the meantime. I will play this again in the future. This isn't the last time it will be on the channel, but for the meantime. But don't worry, another brick in the mall started yesterday, and that's going to be going on for a little while, so go check that out. Now, with that said, let's get right to it. Today, we are going to be just doing a little bit of management here and there. We're going to just make sure everything's working exactly how it needs to be. And the way we're going to do that is by starting up here at the second cafe that we have here in the airport. We're going to get rid of it because it doesn't work. Just doesn't work, so we don't need it. We're going to clear everything out of there. We're going to get rid of the queue, and hopefully we can turn this area into something or other. I'm sort of thinking this could be like a first-class lounge almost, but that kind of thing would be in the departures area, so a first-class lounge wouldn't work here. But what we could do is set up like a first-class ticketing area or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out what we're doing in this space. But I do want... Oh, wow, there's that plane just zoomed across the screen. Interesting. Let's go ahead and throw some of the brown carpet just in there for the time being. I will need to go through and get rid of all of those boxes because they can't stay there. It's a right mess in there. You can't keep boxes like that. But we'll come back to that because I really don't want to go through and click on all of the boxes. Interestingly, interesting little story for you. I had to get rid of two of the toilets down here because there was something happening with them that I can't really explain. But basically, the two toilets there were broken. And by broken, I mean they were infinitely spewing human waste onto the floor. I'll try and remember to link the tweet I put out about that, because I took a screenshot of it and there was like 1,500 individual things, objects on the floor, but it was just dirt. That's all it was just 1,500 different things of dirt. I had a janitor standing on it who was trying to clean it, but it was just spewing non-stop. It was disgusting. I had to get rid of I had to reload the save first, and then very quickly get rid of the toilets because they started doing it again. So that was interesting. I'm just double checking that these toilets aren't doing the same thing. Yeah, so this dirty floor here has two objects. That's two dirty floors in one space. That's what that means. So a janitor would have to clean that spot twice. There was 1,500 and growing. It was a bit silly. So yeah, that was something that was a little bit concerning. Anyway, let's see what else we could do around here. We could, if we wanted to, expand the cafe just a little bit, but I don't think people are going to use that too much at the moment. I guess what I'd really like to do, since we can, is I want to bring the price per passenger down to 50 and the runway usage down to like 5. In fact, you know what? Let's experiment. Let's bring the price per passenger down to 25, runway usage 300. So we're going to make very, very little money, but the airlines are going to love those price changes. They're going to be over the moon about those pricing changes, which means I might be able to get a few more planes coming in here. Now, a couple of people in the comments of the previous episode were quite keen to see me get some of the big planes back. Some people were asking, well, why did you work towards getting the big airplane gates if you're not going to have the big planes? And my reasoning was quite simple. The frame rate is abysmal. But what we'll do is we'll get ourselves a Beechcraft for the morning, obviously. We can look in here. We could get an Aerostar flight. They have a 767 in the morning, which is a 250-person plane. So we'll take a morning 767. We could get some large flights in here. I'm tempted to get some large flights in here, but we'll see. There's a 747 in the morning. I want that nighttime 767. I just want more regularly sized planes. Although with that said, it's so tempting to take all of the Galactic Point flights because that would be ridiculous. But that's probably a little bit too much to deal with there. The frame rate's already having trouble from time to time. So let's see what we can do here. We have morning flights. So this flight here is gonna go to that spot. This flight here is gonna go to that spot. And you know what? It's not gonna go like that. We're gonna move all these a little bit closer together. So something like this. We'll have them all be real close together, like 30 minutes apart instead of 60 minutes apart. Because that's just how we roll here at the airport. That's just how we roll. So 30 minutes apart on all of those. You are going to be 30 minutes after that one. You're an afternoon arrival. You're a morning arrival. So you're going to be 30 minutes after that one. And then all of this can repeat from noon. All of the flights going to be sticking at 30 minutes apart. I'd ideally like to go ahead and fill up like every one of the gates because that would be kind of cool. Technically, I could have 2 planes land at any one time, but I feel like that's pushing it just a little bit. So you are an afternoon flight, so you're going to go down to there. You are also an afternoon flight, so you are going to go down to there. And you are a night flight. So you're going to start up there, and we're going to repeat the whole process once again. So, this is the current setup for the airport. There's actually a lot of room for nighttime flights there, which is actually kind of cool. So, I want to see if I can get one more regularly sized morning flight, and then maybe we'll get 2 large morning flights, and then we'll skip the afternoon with big flights, and then do... Or maybe we'll just do afternoon big flights. Because that gives them like 24 hours to clear out before the next one comes in. But we do need to get a bunch of nighttime flights. The problem is I don't think there are all that many small planes that are wanting to come to our airport. There's an A350, which is 360 people. Yeah, 787, 777, 787's 300 people. That's a 707, that's a 737, 737, and 707. So, no, we can't get any reasonably sized planes, can we? I mean, do they have... No, they've got nighttime slots, which I'm not that interested in. Galactic Point have some afternoon flights. They have an A350 and an A380 that want to come in the afternoon. They have a 747 coming in the afternoon. And another... Okay, we're going to take 2 747s. This is going to be so dumb. This is going to be so dumb. I'm telling you that right now. This is going to be a terrible idea because the frame rate is going to die. But it'll be a right laugh is what it'll be. Oh, wait a minute. No, someone wants me to stop rolling my R's. I saw that comment. I saw that person was like, can you stop like rolling your R's and doing right then? To answer your question, no. It's just what I do. It's one of my dumb things that I do. Anyway, the frame rate currently is around 10. I know you can't see it on screen, but I can currently see it when I'm recording. Frame rate's currently sitting on a nice steady 10 frames per second. If you were curious, I believe television in the UK is broadcast at just around 24 frames per second. Television in the US, I think, is just slightly under 30 frames per second. Cinema is usually like 24 frames per second as well. The Hobbit was in 48 frames. Some videos on YouTube are in 60 frames. Some even go higher. This one is going in the complete opposite direction. We're currently sitting on 14. So, you're welcome. And that's only going to get worse once the big planes start coming in. Let me tell you, this is going to be an interesting few minutes. A lot of people missing their flights as well there. I still don't I still don't really know why so many people are missing their flights. I've seen some speculation in the comments saying that it might very well be because people are going and sitting down as opposed to going through security or whatever. That's definitely a possibility. I just don't know. It's really that simple. I honestly don't have a clue. No, I just want to check these toilets to make sure none of them are infinitely flushing, because that's not something you want. You don't want your toilet to infinitely flush. That sounds like an absolute nightmare. I'll tell you what I would like to do, though. I would actually like to go in here and get that third runway that we'd been talking about for a while. Because we never wound up getting this, did we? We never got the third. I could get a fourth one if I really wanted. I could get a runway in there and put another one down here. But no, I think a third runway would be kind of nice. So let me throw it like right down in the corner, so it's kind of out of the way. So we'll throw the runway down there. We can go to build. We can go to taxiway, and we'll bring the path down like this, I think. Oh, this isn't. Let me pause. Let me pause while I'm doing this, because the frame rate, man, it's so bad. And we'll do that there. So that'll connect up that runway, and that means, you know, if a runway is occupied, other planes can totally land, which should be absolutely beautiful. We also need to put lights on it and all that stuff, obviously, to make sure that things are all right. And we just got $1,975 from this plane, which can have 53 people. Man, it's grim seeing how little money we get from these planes. I mean, obviously we don't need it at this point, but it's still kind of grim. That's all I'm saying. Let's go ahead and throw this just there and just there. And once that's all built, that runway is going to be perfectly usable at nighttime, which is absolutely beautiful. So it's almost the end of day 37, which is quite nice. Do we have any other flights today? We do. We have one that's departing. We have two at the gates. They're both late, which is interesting. I feel like, is anyone en route to this plane? I can't help but feel that no one is still boarding this plane. So, get away. Go. Leave. Wait, why were you all in the cafe? Your plane was at the gate! Why would you sit in there? I don't... Hey, Howard! The gate says that it's the final call for the plane. Should we maybe get on board? No, we're fine. Just sit there and eat your pizza. That's basically what happened in the in the cafe. It's not that funny. Oh my god. The sign says the plane's departed. Should we worry? It's not funny. It's not that funny. This is the saddest thing I've ever done. I'm sitting here properly cracking up at some dumb voice I'm doing. Man, I've had conversations with people on Skype and TeamSpeak and Discord just through the years where we do dumb voices, and it's funny because there's other people there directly, like, doing dumb voice. You just have a conversation. Like, this is, you know, I like to treat my videos like a conversation, like I'm showing you guys how to play a game or we're playing it together or whatever, but when you boil it all down, I'm still sat in a room on my own making voices into a microphone, and like there's no one around right now. So, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, God. What am I doing? Right. So we have a lot of people coming into the airport at, oh, God, I'm not gonna, hold on. I need a minute. I just need to sit back. I'm gonna have a sip of Red Bull. That's probably part of the problem. But, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Right. So there's a lot of people coming through the airport. There's not as many that look like they're... No, there are a lot still going back and forth between these areas. Why are none of you interested in using... Well, actually, I was going to say none of you are interested in using the restrooms. It actually looks like quite a few of you are, but you'd rather use the restrooms up here, which is a bit weird. I guess what I'd like to do then is maybe put some seats down here and see what happens. I mean, let's be honest, it doesn't really matter. This is going to be the final episode, so I don't really have to deal with the consequences. Not in this airport, anyway. In future airports, I might want to be careful with what I do, but in this one, not so much. We'll get some seats there as well. Just so people can sit down and baggage claim and wait for their bags to come through, should they wish to do so. Also, I'm pretty sure that this is bordering on the most planes we've ever had at the airport at one time. Now, I do kind of wonder, when do the big flights come in? We have 2 747s, if I'm not mistaken. Don't we? Yeah, 747s going to A9 and A10 at 4 o'clock and 4:30. Oh boy! My poor computer. Oh, it's going to have such a great time with this. It really is. It's going to be loving life when it's done here today. You know, I still really don't know why so many people are complaining. Oh god, no. Oh, it's doing it! It's the infinite toilet! Even when it's paused, it's doing it! Jesus! Right, hold on. I know it's really loud for me. It probably doesn't sound too pleasant on YouTube either, but get the toilets out of there, please! Right, that fixes it, right? Yeah, there we go. So that's just, there's just a lot of dirty floor lying around there. But it's not infinitely growing anymore, so we're fine. Can we just get Can we just get rid of those restrooms, please? Oh my god. Just get them out of there. We're going to turn them horizontal. I'm pretty sure another toilet just went infinite there for a second. That was good timing on getting rid of those. So clear out those zones. Go to build. Go to wall. I want a wall there. And I want a wall there. In fact, let's do that. So it's divided weirdly, but relatively evenly. Then, of course, we're going to need to get some doors in here. So a door is going to go there and there. And that should be fine. Those janitors really don't know what they're doing. There's hundreds of just bits of waste lying around there. Not very pleasant at all. I'll tell you what, it's not a job I can do. I can barely clean my own office. So, you know, cleaning a bathroom like that, I couldn't do it. Also, that was a pretty severe frame rate spike there. That was grim. Can we go and get some toilets in here? So, I want to get some toilets on this wall down here. Just like so. Then I want to put some sinks just in those bits. Let me cancel you. I want some sinks in those bits there. Then we'll put some sinks in these bits here as well, with some toilets on that top wall. Now, I don't know if this is going to be any better for people to use than the ones we had before, but hopefully we'll not run into the old infinite toilet problem. Because that would be a pretty severe problem, if we're being honest. Requires functioning restroom zone. There we go. As for the rest of you, that is a functioning restroom zone, so please. There we go. So we'll see if people use those. They might not, but that's entirely up to them, should they wish to relieve themselves in here. It looks like people are keen. They definitely seem interested. That also gives some purpose to this hallway, which is kind of nice, beyond, you know, food vending machines. So we've got that going for us too. Now let's see. It is coming up on 3 o'clock. I'm also somewhat aware of the fact that, oh my god, oh, that's going to be a busy time. The airport is actually pretty darn busy at the moment, and it's only going to get worse. I'll tell you what, though. I will tell you what. Security is doing an excellent job of actually keeping up with this. Like, they are doing a really good job of processing people. Ticketing, also doing... Oh my god, there's a lot of people in ticket. There's a lot of buses. There's a lot of buses. But we are apparently doing a pretty good job of getting through everyone. Although I'm not entirely convinced that, oh no. It's landed. It's landed. There's a lot of... Wait a minute. I'm just noticing that no one that's due to get on this plane is currently at the gate. Oh, there they are. So they're finally showing up. Frame rate's currently sitting on 8, in case you were wondering. There's another 8. That's a 747. That's a 7... Oh my god, what have I done? Oh, we're getting a nice steady 8 frames per second. She can't do it, Captain. They're finally getting off the first plane. That's a lot of people. There's easily like 2, maybe 3,000 people in this airport right now. I don't think it's an optimization problem that this game has, as much as it's just, well, maybe it is, I don't know. But it could very well just be a case of, please don't have 3,000 unique people in your airport at one time. That's not a very good idea. Or rather, I just need to upgrade my PC again. So, you know, patreon.com/CN. Help me upgrade my PC to run this. Oh, man. Oh, both planes are letting people off now. Jesus, we're on 5 FPS. We are on 5 frames per second. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it there for today. There's not really much else we can do with this airport. This is a slideshow. This is 5 frames per second and getting lower. So... we've got that going for us. I think at this point we have pretty much completed the game. We have over $1 million. We've pretty much filled out this map. I think this was like a kind of regularly sized map. I don't know what size it was. You can get much bigger maps, but I'm going to leave it a little while with SimAirport. I'll wait for a couple of updates to come out. If anything particularly interesting does come out, I'll make a video showing that off, but I think I'll leave it at least a month or 2 before we jump into another multi-part Let's Play. So, with that in mind, thank you kind of for watching. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I will link some people down below that are currently playing this on their channels. I would highly recommend checking them out. It's a good game. You guys seem to enjoy it. So, you know, I might not be playing a bunch more of it right now, but they certainly are. So go and check those guys out. I'm also playing another Brick in the Mall on the channel at the moment. Another management game. Looks quite similar to this one. Might be your thing, might not be. Give it a shot. And with that done, with the self-promotion out of the way, and just the general promotion, thank you kind of for watching. This has been SimAirport, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!